on Tank saying he gonna slap the shit out you when he see you?
Well, let me know so I can call ESPN Top Rank and get a ring and we make it happen like that.
What do you want to do next?
I want Teofimo. In New York, Brooklyn, unification. I think that would be one of the biggest fights of 2025. A very lucrative fight, a very big fight. And like I said, I don't belong in the ring with nobody else but the top level in boxing.
Richard Hitchens, he just won tonight and called you out after he won. So what's your thoughts on that?
I already got my lawyer on it. We do it Barclays unless MSG want him.
Nelson Vasquez, 117, 111, Liam Paro.
117, 111, Paro.
Yeah, listen, they robbed Hitchens. They robbed him in the morning after. Yes, that's right. That's right. They robbed Hitchens. And I know you guys are saying, hey, but Hitchens won. How did they rob him? They robbed him of the unanimous decision. That's how I'm feeling now. They robbed him of the unanimous decision. Forever, you're going to see a split decision in the history books between Hitchens and Paro, and Hitchens controlled the fight, the entire fight. Paro may have won 4 rounds. They robbed him of the unanimous decision. Same thing happened with Floyd Mayweather. Hold on, let me get out this damn, here we go. Let's sit back. Let's sit with Chucky for a minute. Let's sit with, how you doing, Chuck? You know what I'm saying? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. But listen, same thing that happened with Floyd Mayweather. Forever, you're going to see a majority decision win over Canelo Alvarez when Floyd Mayweather just whooped his ass the entire fight. They robbed him. And here's the thing. I was terrified that they were going to rob him of the victory. Why? Because just earlier, Jaleel Hackett got robbed. Totally robbed. So when they were reading off the scorecards, check out my reaction.
117, 111, Paro. $116, $112 Hitchens. Winner by split decision.
And no, okay. Oh my God. 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 I couldn't even look at the TV. I couldn't even look at the TV. But most importantly, we have to talk about what happened after the fight. Hitchens called out Teofimo Lopez.
I want Teofimo.
Teofimo Lopez responded with this.
I already got my lawyer on it.
He said he's already on it. And I'm going to tell you, Teofimo Lopez was on a roll yesterday. Last night, Teofimo Lopez said some stuff about Gervonta Tank Davis, and it sounds weird, but strangely, they were facts.
But now it's gotten to the point where our career is defined by who fights who now.
Big facts. Big facts. What he's saying is now you have to compare Teofimo Lopez's career to Tank's career to see who's better, not Teo versus Tank. And I'm tired of that shit. And I think, and for me, I think the war room, the boxing revolution has changed things a bit. That was the past, bro. That's the way things were in the past. Instead of trying to see who's better by trying to fine-tooth comb their careers, it's best to see who's better by having them fight each other. And Teofimo Lopez, he said this too.
Since he's an industry plant, they could do what they can with him. They could make him the superstar that he is. And why? Because they could lie to everybody on who they fighting. He fought Frank Martin, and hey, fuck it, I say what it is, but Frank Martin was an amateur.
Why is he an industry plant when he is a pretty damn good fighter? You know, even
well, because he follows protocol. He follows what he needs to do and then go back. You know, and I think that it's who you're fornicating with, who you're aligning with, who you sleeping around with, or who you messing with, like Diddy.
Facts. Listen, I agree. If you guys listen to that video I had on why I think Gervonta is retiring, I was saying that he didn't have control over his career in the earlier stages. For most of his career, he He left it up, and I understand. He left it up to a GOAT in Floyd Mayweather. He left it up to Leonard Ellerbe, the Floyd Mayweather-Leonard Ellerbe connection. Who wouldn't have done that? It's not like Gervonta Tank Davis is a manager or a promoter himself. He's a fighter, and, you know, he wants to get to the bag. He wanted to be the face of boxing, and Floyd and them did that. But his legacy took a hit. And what I think T.O. is saying is exactly that when he's calling him a plant, which, you know, I'm not going to necessarily say he's a plant myself, but I get the idea. The Diddy Party thing was the way he was. He was there. So.
Who you messing with like Diddy?
Come here! Get over here!
I think if Gervonta get in there with Teofimo Lopez, he start fighting these guys, Shakur Stevenson, stuff like that, I think the hunger will come back because he'll just be extremely excited about how his career is going. He just got to take control of his career, maybe for the first time in his career. Now, let's talk Navarrete versus Oscar Valdez. Navarrete beat the hell out of Oscar Valdez, and it has nothing to do with Oscar Valdez not being a good enough fighter. It's just styles make fights. And I was comparing the George Foreman versus Frazier fight to Navarrete and Oscar Valdez last night. You know, Joe Frazier is one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. He was definitely one of the greatest heavyweights of that era. He just could not. George Foreman was a horrible matchup. And the way Oscar Valdez fights and dips and moves, come up for air, you know, swinging with the hook. But Navarrete's length, his physical advantages, and his timing, and when he throws his punches and the type of punches he throws, he puts fat on his punches. He's winging those shots, and they're all just clubbing Valdez. I mean, Valdez worked as hard as anyone can ever work for the rematch, and he just cannot beat Navarrete. Navarrete is kryptonite to Oscar Valdez. And lastly, I'm not going to spend time on this. Robeisy Ramirez, he quit. You know, you guys saw me rant and be on my soapbox last night. I've just never seen a fight. He took a punch to the face. He just quit talking about, you know, he was elbowed and had double vision in one eye. You know what I mean? Like I said, if people like us who sit on the couch, domestic people, I can understand that. But a warrior, you know, I'm not sure if Robeisy, well, I'm just going to question his fighting heart completely. I love to know what y'all think in the comments below. And we in the zone war room.
We in the zone war room.
With the world title.
All right, gentlemen, I gave you the rule in the dressing room. I want a good clean fight, protect yourself all the time. Obey my commands all the time. I tell you daily, here, the punches here is good, the punching here is good. You understand? You understand? Touch it up. Box.
Round one of our main event. The IBF 140-pound title on the line. Liam Paro, the southpaw. Richardson Hitchens in the Puerto Rican flag adorned trunks. And seemingly the crowd, at least somewhat in his favor. I don't think they've gotten over Paro upsetting Subriel Matias here, guys.
No, I think Paro got a little bit more love than Hitchens, even though he's wearing the flag on his trunks. This is going to be an interesting fight because Paro coming out a lot more aggressive than usual. Hands up, though, doing it responsibly, cutting off that ring. And that's what he's going to have to do with Hitchens for as long as this fight goes. Make it a small ring and put a lot of pressure on Hitchens. Paro dared Hitchens to stand and fight, and Hitchens is being a little bit flat-footed. He's in front of Paro. He's walking him in. Just missed a big right hand there again, Hitchens.
Yeah, standing and fight is not a strategy that Richard Hitchens should employ. And
Come on, guys, come on.
Here we are, back again. A little bit of...
Anytime. No punches behind the head. I told you
again,
before,
talking
right?
about the punching behind the head.
Right.
Both guys getting warned about that.
Left hand over the top there from Paro. And a good right hook there from Paro. Maybe a little bit of a footwork issue. I don't think Hitchens was hurt by that. Certainly looked good on camera. Nice little sequence here for Liam Paro. A lot more active with that backhand here.
Nice shot there by Hitchens.
It's coming often. Hitchens, no hesitation in letting that right hand go now.
I love the fact that he's listening to his coach in his corner because he needs to get more aggressive, and he's doing just that, unleashing that long right hand.
10 seconds here of round 5. Hitchens found a nice right hand to the body.
he's coming in with the straight left punches now.
You heard the Paro corner telling him he's going to have confidence coming out of that coming out of the 5th round. And perhaps Paro capitalizing on that, walking Hitchens into a nice left hand, but Hitchens, again, finding the reply. Saw there twice in a row there, Sergio. Hitchens not stepping to the outside, actually stepping to the inside so he could land that power jab.
Yeah, and there's that left hook that I'm asking for. I think that left hook's going to be a strategy change for Hitchens. He found a home for that right hand, but now he has to put something behind it. It's not going to be enough. Paro will figure him out. You got to keep changing and adapting if you're fighting a guy like Paro.
Big right hand there from Hitchens. Maybe the biggest shot of the fight thus far, but back comes Paro with a left hand. Hitchens stands in the trenches, lands a good combination to the body.
Oh yeah, Hitchens stood his ground and landed a nice uppercut, 2 body shots after that right hand. This is probably the best round for Hitchens as far as like him doing what he wants to do and kind of having frustrating Paro a little bit, falling short on his game plan.
Paro find an adjustment. Can he find another gear? In the second half of the fight, we just ran into another straight right hand.
Yeah, Hitchens started to time those Paro kind of lunges. Landed a couple of good right hands this round.
Good shot there by Paro, straight left hand.
Just as we talked about it, the replies always seem to be there for Liam Paro. That's what world champions are made of as they trade jabs at the bell.
You see the frustration in the body language of Liam Paro, who has a game plan, but just can't execute it because every time he tries to come in, he gets a stiff jab in the face or right hand from Richardson Hitchens.
And a straight right hand down the pipe as well.
These are sharp power jabs that Hitchens is landing.
Like I've always complimented and still do compliment the accuracy. I mean, the timing of Liam Paro, but it's the accuracy of that right hand that's Hitchens.
See Paro after the break in the action, trying to pick up the tempo a little bit here. The desperation starting to show. Necessary desperation, you would have to think, at this point for Paro, who just ate another terrific right hand from Hitchens. And another.
Yeah, this is the thing about Richardson Hitchens. You gotta love him or hate him, but he's not gonna stray away from his game plan, and he really is brilliant when he has that distance and that range and control on his favor. There's that right hook I wanted to say. It's the first time I see Paro throw it, and I think he should throw caution to the wind now. Move his upper body, throw those looping shots, especially the right hook, and hope something lands, and maybe he could change the momentum of this fight. Just like that. Nice left hand there by Paro. Forget the straight punches. Now it's time to loop your shots against a slightly taller fighter.
We go back to how Hitchens described himself as an algebra problem in the ring. And we're basically seeing eraser marks all over the page from Liam Paro, who has tried a variety of things, but none seem to have worked since the early rounds.
And I'll give Richardson Hitchens' corner credit. After that 4th round, they said to him, hey, you could be down 4 rounds to none right now. You got to pick up the activity. Something changed after that 4th round that has turned this fight around.
Yep, I absolutely agree, Chris. Since then, it's been all Hitchens, man. And that's what you need to hear from your corner, especially if you're a defensive-minded fighter who thinks jab first and back up. Hitchens put on another gear, and that gear Paro hasn't been able to figure out.
Of this contest as Paro finds a left hand to the chest of Hitchens there a moment ago. See the left eye of Liam Paro closing and seemingly closing quickly.
Yeah, the second half of this fight, Sergio, has been a boxing clinic by Richardson Hitchens.
Yes, it has.
We may be moments away from Brooklyn having another world champion.
Our ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action here in San Juan, Puerto Rico, we go to the judges' scorecards. Nelson Vasquez, 117-111, Liam Paro. Carl Zappia, 116-112, Hitchens. And Judge Frank Lombardi scores this contest 116-112 for your winner by split decision,